Okay, oh, I didn't do it again. Okay, there's something weird going on. Seriously wrong with it. So 10 out of 10 for that. That is quick. Did that perfectly. Worse than version 13. I thought they would have fixed that by now. Oh, jeez. Good morning. Hope you're going well. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Guess what happened? Version 14. Downloaded and installed in the Model 3 with Baymax. It's been almost 7 months, I think, for me. Maybe 8 months. I think in the last video I mentioned it was going to be maybe before Christmas we would get it. I guess Tesla had other plans, but I'm glad it's here now. It's all installed. This is my first official drive and I'm going to do the same route I did in my last video for V13. Head to Castlemaine. I've got a whole heap of drone jobs to get rid of today, so I'm just going to get it done while I try version 14. Hopefully it's very good because that's what I've heard. So just in the menu here, I'm in the self-driving menu. Supervised. I tried it last night a little bit. Brake confirm is off, and now we have speed profiles, and I've got it set to just normal standard. There's no way to adjust the offset speed, and this is also the spring update, so everything has been updated in the car. I'm really eager to try version 14, so I'm just going to set my destination in Castlemaine, somewhere around here. Let's set apart, let's have a look. And we're going to hit start self-driving. Let's see how we go. I'm a lot more relaxed now using FSD compared to version 13 when I first started off. I think I've added about 12,000 kilometers in V13 and it's been great. I've just noticed the car's gone straight to 60 kilometers per hour, which is perfect. So right now I can't really notice any difference. Same with version 13. Nice and smooth. It is kind of like hugging the middle of the road to the right a little bit. So we have a car turning right here, and that was perfect. It just slowed down and then took off again. So here we go. The biggest roundabout in Australia, I reckon. Let's see. Okay, nice and early with the indicator, so that's good. We need to go that way. Let's have a look. I'm very cautious here. Lots of cars turning. All right. We're clear after this. Let's go. This is nice, and now it's got to put the left indicator on. It's going to go left. And it did that perfectly. That was good. I didn't really have a problem with version 13 on that roundabout as well. It did that really well. The problem with 13 was it was very slow. A lot slower than what it just did there. And people started getting frustrated because it was too slow. But that was really good. So we have a selection of 2 lanes here. Let's pick the right one. So we've got a car turning right, and okay, that was very good. The one thing I've noticed straight away is the speed. It is right on cue. Like it gets up there to the speed limit. It's a bit under at the moment. It seems to accelerate to the speed limit really quickly. So all the visualizations have changed. Looks really good. That's with the spring update, telling you which mode you're in. I'm in standard at the moment. And we'll try the hurry mode on the way there. Okay, it's taken me through the back streets of Bendigo, which is fine, but it's never done that before. Maybe the routing and some of the mapping has changed, hopefully. It's a very gloomy, cold, wet, miserable day in Bendigo today. So hopefully I'll be able to get the drones up. We're really busy at the moment with the drones, so it's hard to find drone pilots, like commercially ready drone pilots, so I have to get out there and do it myself sometimes, which I don't mind, keeps my skills up. So the speed limit is spot on. I'm hoping they got this right, because this is one of the most frustrating things with version 13, was the speed. A lot of the driving here that I do in the country, in the northern Victoria and western Victoria, the speed limit's 110, and it barely got to 110. It actually never got to 110. It would get there and then would slowly make its way back to 100. One of the reasons I ended up cancelling my version 13 subscription a couple of times over the 8 months, because I felt like, what was the point if I kept just always accelerating to keep it to the 110 speed limit? So I'm really keen to test that today, because that is a game changer if you can keep to that speed limit. So we're coming to some roadworks here. It's so frustrating, these roadworks. There's nothing happening here. There's no one around and the speed limit is 40. It should be a crime to change the speed limit when there's no one actually working here. These are these railway lines which are really bumpy, so hopefully... Yep, that did it well. Whoa, that indicator was way too early. So I'm not sure what's going on with the indicators, but that was way too early. In version 13, it was way too late, but I think now it might be way too early. I better keep an eye on that, because if a car came out on that side street with my indicator on, they may have pulled in front of me. So far, no real issues apart from that indicator. It's going well. I can't really notice any difference between version 13 and version 14. It's still nice and smooth. I think the big difference is now the speed. They've done a great job on that, keeping it onto the speed limit. Okay, we're coming to a 50 zone. All good, speed limit was good. The acceleration is very good, actually. So the speed limit's 70 here. Version 13 never picked up this speed limit. So let's see. Oh, I did this time, so that's good. With version 13, I drove about 12,000 kilometers on it. And to be completely honest, I did not have any critical incidents where I thought I was going to die, or the car went through a red light or a stop sign or anything like that. My biggest frustration with it was the speed, keeping to 110 kilometers per hour, keeping to 100 kilometers per hour. Roundabouts, intersections, it was just too slow. It was very cautious. My first impressions on version 14, it looks like some of this has been fixed, because it's very responsive, very confident, and assertive, I think. And during that 8 months, I did cancel my FSD subscription twice, because I just didn't find any value in it, because I was just constantly accelerating just to keep it at the speed limit. So it's showing the speed limit is 70, even though the speed limit is 40 here. I'm not sure why I didn't pick up the 40 speed limit. Now it's changing to 60, so let's see if it goes from 70 to 60. Yep, it picked that on up. Another big issue I had with version 13 was with the speed limits. So for whatever reason, the camera would not pick up the actual posted speed limit. So sometimes on the freeway, it will go from 100 kilometers per hour to 80 when the speed limit was like 110. So we're going to go to 80 now. Yep. No, so see, it didn't pick it up. It's still showing 60, even though the speed limit is now 80. So I don't know why it sometimes picks up the speed limit and other times it doesn't. It just skips it. All right, 100, let's go. Oh, geez. All right, so the speed limit, oh my God. That is fast. That is standard mode, and that thing just took off. That's a huge difference to version 13. Like 13, it would take so long to get to 100, and this car just went faster than I would have accelerated to go from 80 to 100. That was really good. There's indicators now inside the car. Your LED strip flashes when there is a vehicle on either side when you're turning. So that's a nice little addition to the spring update. Oh, that's nice. So it came back in the left lane because it could not overtake this car. And we're doing 102, which is perfect. Now it's going back. It's a bit hesitant there. Back and forth a bit. I think this car here is not keeping to the proper speed. It's going up and down with the speed limit. But now, Baymax is putting the foot down. Okay, we're clear on the left. Let's see. That was nicely done. See, these cars here on the left and right, they just don't keep the speed limit. Like, they're always going, they're doing 110 in the 100 zone, then they're doing 80 in the 100 zone. So, like, the car needs to like figure out where it is on the road and then slot itself in. And it did that perfectly. If I was on version 13, it would still be on the right lane, probably doing 90 in a 100 zone, and I would have to hit the left indicator to push it back into the left lane. So that's done. That was good. All right, so now we just sit back, relax, do some work, I guess, I don't know. Just let the car do its thing. There's now a new menu on your screen for FSD, for stats. For my use, it's not really useful in any way, but I'm guessing Tesla wants to encourage people to use full self-driving and then show them some stats on how well they're doing that on their drive. And I think you get some sort of a streak, like every 100 kilometers, 500 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers that you use, and it turns it into some sort of like a game, I'm guessing. I personally think everyone should be driving full self-driving because it's a lot safer using it than driving the car manually. I personally don't think I'll be using a lot of these stats, but it's nice to have. So I don't know why it's doing 102 in 100 zone on standard. Is that normal? Should it not do the exact speed limit of 100? I thought hurry mode was the one that goes over the speed limit. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe that is intended. I know for a fact that there is a speedo error on this car of 2 kilometers. So if I'm doing 102, the actual speed on radar or GPS is 100 kilometers per hour. The one thing I've noticed with version 14 is the scroll wheel on the right does nothing to the speed. So in version 13, you can bump it up or bump it down. If you scroll up really quickly, it'll go plus 5 kilometers. But using the scroll wheel up and down just changes the profiles from sloth, chill, standard, hurry. Okay, so we're coming down to an 80 kilometer area. It's a high danger zone area. There's been a lot of accidents here. So let's see what happens. Perfect. It came straight down from 100 to 80, but it took its time getting down. Version 13 was a bit abrupt, and sometimes it missed that 80k and it would slow down about here. So 10 out of 10 for that. But now comes the big test that I've been waiting for. The speed goes from 80 to 110. Version 13 never did it. It would get to 100 kilometers per hour, and it would take probably about 3 or 4 minutes to get to that 100 kilometer speed limit. It was very frustrating. I would always have to put the foot down on the accelerator to get it to speed. So here we go. So we are still doing 80, and now it's 110. Oh, geez, that is quick. But why? Oh, I didn't do it again. I don't know why I didn't do it. It stopped at 104, same as version 13. Now it's doing 105 in 110 zone. And now it's coming down back to 100, which is exactly what version 13 did. I thought they would have fixed that by now. That's frustrating. And there's no way for me to increase the speed limit. Maybe I'll accelerate. 105, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're doing 110. Okay, there's something weird going on. It does not like 110 at all. It's accelerating, then it's braking, it's accelerating, then braking. That's disappointing. So let's see if we can get it back to 110. It's just weird. Version 13 didn't do this. I'm gonna hold the steering wheel just in case. All right, 110. It does not want to stay on 110. It gets to 110, then it slows to 19, then it goes back to 110, it slows down, and now it's 104. So this is worse than version 13. At least 13 stayed around 110 for at least a couple of kilometers before it went back to 100. Now we're doing 80 in 110 zone. Oh, that's disappointing. Oh, that's See, most of my driving is in 110 zone, and that does not go well with me. Okay, we've got an indicator to the right, indicate to the left, which is all good. So the 80 speed limit and the 100 speed limit doesn't seem to cause any problems with it with version 14, but 110, there is something seriously wrong with it. So another enhancement here is when you click self-driving, you can actually ask it where to park. So I'm going to say park in the car park rather than on the street or the driveway, and we'll see where Baymax will park. Okay, we're coming into Castlemaine, and hopefully the car finds a car park spot and parks itself. And I've got my destination just in that car park there, so let's see if it'll actually go into the car park and park itself. So I've got it as park and car park. Oh, nice. Let's see what it's going to do here. Oh, it's a bit unsure what to do. Put it in park. Kind of a sucky park, but it's very close to that line, but overall, it's pretty good. Version 13 wouldn't even do this, so that's really good to see. I would have thought it would have like straightened it out a bit in between the lines, but that's good enough for now. Okay, I've just moved the car. Overall, I think there's a huge improvement over version 13. A lot smoother, a lot more confident, assertive on the road, gets the speed limit really quickly, which is one of my main concerns with version 13. But I'm really concerned about the 110. I don't know. I don't think I'll be able to use it if I can't get to 110 kilometers per hour, because the majority of my driving, like probably 80% of my driving, is a 110k zone. So I don't know what the issue is there. I'm not sure. Maybe Tesla is fixing it and it'll be in the next update or like a patch rolled out. But for whatever reason, it did not like 110 or anything above like 105, 106 kilometers per hour. And even at 110, it felt like it was braking or using regen braking and then accelerating back up or trying to get to 110. It almost felt like it was fighting against itself to get to 110, which is weird. I'm gonna go do the drone job quickly. Then we're gonna head back to Bendigo and try the supercharger and see if the car will back into the supercharger space automatically.